Hi, I'm TheSparrowsJourney and I'm going to be taking a look into InSomnia. Actually, it's more like a heads up, something like, hey, InSomnia exists, more than a first look into the game, because the only thing I have in my hands right now is some sort of test demo, where I can only fiddle with the weapons, with my inventory, with moving barrels. I saw that barrel alive, moving. InSomnia is a tactical RPG set in a Dieselpunkish universe. So tactical because the combat, and you won't be able to see much of it in this demo, but I've seen in other videos that the developers showed. Because yeah, it's sort of tactical where you have to hide behind boxes, where you have to time your attacks well in order not to be hit. I have no idea what this is. I can't zoom in or zoom out. This is a fixed view. The guy moves there if I click there. But yeah, InSomnia is a game developed by Studio Mono, which is a Russian developing team. And again, this issue brings up to my head. Can I use the radio? Turn it off. Okay, let's just hear the game's music. I feel the Russian developers are very underrated because they can develop some very cool games with some awesome ideas, especially very visually beautiful. But because they're not that open, I think, and because they have troubles with English, let's be honest, most of them have problems with communication. Can I fix this? They most of the times don't get their games out there. That's troubling. Now, it seems like in the game I would probably be able to use one of these suits. That looks awesome, by the way. But I can't now. InSomnia was green light on Steam, and it's struggling, or is fighting to get their way up on the Kickstarter campaign. They have about $35 already. Is this my inventory? What do I have? What's on the left or what's in the right? Let's see. Open my inventory? Okay. Here we go. Okay, that was what was in the locket. This is what I have. A light, which I can turn on with 4. Here we go. The game is visually beautiful, and this is just a tech demo. Missing some anti-aliasing, yeah, but other than that, let's check the lockers again. Okay, a machete, gloves, army rifle, yada yada, pants, whatever. Let's equip them all. Okay, here we go. Army pants. Okay. Old pants. Gloves. Here we go. An army rifle. Okay. You can also customize your groups of weapons. So to start attacking, you hit Control. Or so I thought. I think you must pick up the weapon first. Here we go. By hitting 1. Then, when you hit Control, the guy goes into a sort of attacking stance, and then you can click to shoot. Okay. Then, I think there's one more locker here that you can interact with an army jacket, a different type of weapon, and whatnot. I'm just showing you the very basics. I won't need any of this stuff because the game is still not playable. We're gonna go through this door, and you will see there is nothing much else in the game. So this is our guy, this is our hero. In the final game, you will be able to customize your character. You will be able to have a female character if you want to. And the story is just about in a very short terms, because I honestly didn't read that much about it. Just wanted to show you the basics. You are stuck in a very huge space station, an abandoned space station. And it's called actually the dump, which is the one we are in. So you must fight our way out of here to control it, or I don't know, to control where it is going. So what we can do in the touch demo is activating these shooting targets, so that we can fiddle with the weapons and the physics. Okay, combat stance, shoot there. I don't know if it detects If I'm clicking, for instance, if I want to hit here instead of here, I'm not sure if the game actually measures that. I don't have any more ammo, probably. Okay, let's try and pick the Sterling. Here we go. Well, that's a huge weapon for the machine gun. Okay, that seems much better. It will depend on your playstyle, really. If you want to be more like a one-shot guy, or a burst fire guy, or even a melee guy like this. So if you press ESC, you go to what might seem close to a menu, where you get all the keys that you can use. Control to prepare for shot, crouch, I haven't tried crouch yet. Mouse rotate, obviously, light on and off. Use Steam pack, it should be like a medic pack, hitting 5. There you go, he's taking drugs. I would wish I could see the front of his face, but I can't. Because the game doesn't let me to just look to the guy. So, this will be the end of the video, because I actually don't have anything else to show you. When you come to this door, nothing really happens. It doesn't open. Doesn't have any lock or usable lever to open it, it seems. But the game looks beautiful. And this is where I think the Russian guys, without being any racist at all, please, by all means, I think this is where they shine. They deliver such a visually stunning games. This game is scheduled to be done on the end of 2015, so we are way off before we can see InSomnia gameplay. And as I've said before, it was greenlight on Steam already in just a few days, and it's trying to get the game done, or its campaign done, on Kickstarter. It's around, I would say, $40,000 away from the... No, wait a second, it's $35 already, and from the goal of $70,000, I mean. So it's pretty close, considering that it still already has, or still has, 20 days before the end of the campaign. So if you're interested, I would say they took inspiration from games like BioShock. I see BioShock all over the place. Maybe Wolfenstein, the last one. Obviously they wouldn't have time to have inspiration from the last Wolfenstein to have this now ready. Can I get into these suits? I'm curious. Apparently you can't. If you're interested to show or to see more, I'll leave a link in the description for the Kickstarter campaign. You can also download this touch demo that I'm using right now and recording to, you know, get the feeling of the game, to see if you're interested in supporting it or not. You will have no classes in the game. That's something I would like to mention. You will customize your character along the way, choosing a different playstyle of your taste. If you like to be a melee guy, you will up stats for melee, like, I don't know, I would say vitality and strength. If you prefer a guy that shoots a lot, you probably have to choose stats like dexterity and things like that. You will have single player and also co-op. That's in the works. And that's all I have for now for InSomnia. Please like, comment and subscribe. Don't forget to check the links to know more about this game. I'm TheSparrowsJourney and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.